Hostile Warhammer 40k or Berserk nerds might call you mean words. Steven Universe fans will mob stalk and harass you towards suicide and wear your skin as a suit. And I completely agree. I've thought this for quite a while now. The more nice the content, the more vicious the fans. But why is this?
I think that in my experience, I've hung out with a lot of people who are goths, metalheads, horror slasher film fanatics, Warhammer 40k people, uh, you know, motorcycle club, biker type people and stuff. And I've always found that people that are tend to be considered as we would look at them and think like, oh, those are edgy folks, or those are, the dark, moody kids, or something like that. I find that those are, usually those people are a little bit more in touch with their potential for a darker side, and are a little bit more honest about it being there, so that, the media that they engage in, like say Warhammer 40k enthusiasts, the Warhammer universe, it's literally where the term grim dark originates from, because there's that whole tagline of forget the promise of progress, for in the grim darkness of the far future there is only war. And that's the whole premise of the media. I've always found that those people tend to be, if they do have any true toxicity about them, and I use that term in its truest sense, not in just the made up kind of gaming journalist buzzword sense of it, but like actually like people who are really messed up and unhealthy to be with. They're usually, if they're in that type of medium, you can tell right away that, okay, that's probably somebody I don't want to tangle with. Whereas if you're dealing with people in who are, part of these fandoms or subcultures, I would say subculture more so than just fandom, because it's not just a fandom thing. Um, Subcultures that center around this sort of produced positivity, or uh, packaged acceptance kind of culture, or this what I like to call like pathological affirmationism kind of stuff. They don't anytime they hint at having a dark side, it always has to be in some kind of charismatic, or you know pretty flawed kind of, or something. They don't actually want to admit that maybe they tortured small animals as a kid, or maybe they beat up their younger brother or younger sister or something like that, or maybe they bullied somebody else when they were little and had to realize the hard way why that was wrong and stuff like that. I've noticed through some of my own experience or watching how it happened with other people, that some of these fandoms, people will, I don't know, it attracts a lot of people with unresolved pathologies that they don't really have an outlet for, whether it's because they're convinced by their peers around them that they can't ever admit to what they're truly thinking, because if they were to really think it, they might get canceled, they might get unpersoned or something like that, or they're afraid of just seeming uncool, or this is, it's that level of honesty would just not, it just does not fit with their language. But nonetheless, that human savagery is going to find its way out no matter what. I don't subscribe to a Lockean, or not Lockean, Rousseauian view of humanity. I think that Lord of the Flies is a little bit more accurate. I think that we all do have a demonic dark side, and if you go too long without acknowledging that it's there, it's likely to come out in ways that are, not that are a lot more out of control than just somebody who's in a heavy metal band, writing a dark, angry song, headbanging to it and stuff, and then going about their lives. It's going to come out in the form of, like, I don't know, Steven Universe fans tormenting a storyboard artist who they considered whitewashing, or whatever, one of the characters, to the point of that artist almost contemplating suicide, or canceling the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, uh, over his personal, private, political contributions or whatever. I think that that those kinds of pathologies are able to hide among kind of cutesy, fangless stuff in ways that are pretty disturbing.